Hello everyone, this is my under 3-minute guide on beating Zoma, the final boss in Dragon Quest III. My party consists of a level 44 hero, 37 warrior who was once a priest, 34 monster wrangler who was once a mage, and a level 40 sage who was previously a thief. Equipment wise, there's nothing too spectacular, and the rings were not specifically optimized for this fight. Broadly speaking, Zoma has 3 stages. The first stage is when he's glowing blue and he recovers health every turn and is immune to spells like Zap. Every turn he will use Crackle and Freezing Blizzard and occasionally throw in a melee or complete status disruption. I did not know this until after the fact, but you can actually skip to phase 2 on turn 1 by using the Orb of Light. Otherwise, the game reminds you to do this around turn 3 or so. The general strategy for all sages in this fight is to stay ahead of the attack turns by using Accelerator. I also continually try to keep Magic Barrier and Insulate up. My sage is my primary healer here with multi-heal, and my warrior is my secondary healer, also using multi-heal, and my hero is using the Sage Stone to pad heals as well. My monster wrangler most consistently is set to Show No Mercy, and that allowed him to use Monster Pylon or Kafriz when optimal. In dire situations here, if I needed to reapply Accelerator, Insulate, or Magic Barrier, I had my hero use Omni Heal, but that takes a ton of mana. The best move by fall for damage turned out to actually be Swords Dance on my warrior, followed by Kazap on my hero, followed by my monster wrangler using Monster Pylon. The times I wiped most often would occur in a scenario where we would attack first due to outspeeding him, then he would attack second, he would throw a disruptive wave in at the end, and this would allow him to attack again, leading to 4 or 5 AoE attacks between the 2 turns. It was just too much to bear, especially with the defensive buff removed. And in pure desperation times like these, I would often sacrifice the warrior by using Forbearance just to get a little bit of ground back. His third stage begins when he reaches about half health, and this is when he adds Bounce, Dazzle, and a spell that powers his spells up. I prayed for Bounce and Dazzle because my team can work around that. It's critical at this stage that you have to be careful when manually selecting spells because if he outspeeds you and gets a bounce up, it'll wreck you. If you utilize the tactic Show No Mercy, the combat system will automatically prevent your character from triggering a bounce. I flat out could not tank the powered up multi-AoE chained attacks like Ka-Cold, Ka-Crackle, Ka-Swoosh over and over and over. The best way I found to deal with this stage is to have the hero use Ka-Clank and wait out the frenzied state, and then resume the rotation. There's no written prompts or text to indicate when this frenzy state ends, but you can visually see it fall off by the blue fire subsiding around Zoma. Anyway, after about 10 tries and figuring out what to use, what not to use, I finally beat Zoma. It would have been a lot easier if I'd leveled up a bit more or caught more monsters for higher Monster Wrangler trigger damage, or even looked into some in-game items, but I decided to go in it blind and managed to kill him. Thank you guys.